Mm-hmm. What is up, chat? What are you guys doing? Oh, the Silent Wanderer. Thank you. Thank you for the 20 biddies. I'm over here just staring at my phone while ads are finishing up. I need to send out going live messages here. Be doing that in a second. There is an event on Beautiful Potato in 2 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna jump into it, or at least not in the beginning. There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people on there right now. They're playing Bitterroot. But let me get these messages out here quickly. Oh, I didn't do this as a live. Dun, 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 dun. I hate when Discord doesn't let me go edit quickly. It's like I wanna spam this really quick. I went through and pre-filled out all these Discords last night, and like the Twitter and all the above, so that I could just spam these with just enter space, enter tab. And I'm being very inefficient at the moment. I need to close this. What's everyone up to today? We can bring up the screen. Thank you again for those bits. All right, let me see here. Facebook, spam that. Oh, seriously? And of course, Twitter refreshed on me, so I gotta copy paste this again. Where's my potato? Boom, 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 boom. What is everyone up to today? Just checking some things. Got some people over on YouTube. Hey, Sign. I should have YouTube alerts now, like actual proper alerts. I went through and signed up for Stream Labs with for YouTube. So the alerts there should be actually functioning now. All right, done looking at that. Let's move these windows away. So I don't know what I'm doing today. Like I want to mess with Blender and learn how to use it. This is a 30-minute video. But I'm also like feeling super exhausted today. I went on a walk this morning. I walked for, I don't know how it was like 6,000 steps. Let me see, what am I at right now? So Fitbit got bought by Google quite a few years ago, and there's now 2 different apps that Google uses. There's Google Health and Google Fit, which are basically the exact same but really bad UI on both of them. So it looks like I got 69 or 68. It just reduced me by 100 steps. Okay, 6890 steps today, but I also have less than 5 hours of sleep. But my sleep has been all over the place for the last few days. Let me see here, like the last yesterday and today, basically 4.5 hours each night. Yeah, I tried to go back to bed, but that didn't quite work. So today's gonna be fun. Sideshow Bobby, what is up? Barbecue sounds good. Yeah, I had a decent walk. The restaurants I wanted to hit up this morning were closed for the holidays, so that kind of sucked. Thanks for the follow, Sideshow. So let me see here. So this was the video I was gonna watch. I don't know if this is any good or not, but 30-minute video, world's easiest Blender tutorial for beginners. It's gotta be good. It's got 21K likes. We all know YouTube and its like system is now garbage, but yeah, I'm trying to get more in shape as I drink an energy drink here, but my camera's off. Turn on the camera. Turn camera on. There we go. I got voice commands for my camera. But yeah. All right. So I got this video and I have this video. This one's 9 minutes long. Real world way to learn Blender in 2026. This does not seem like it's going to be a good, like a decent video, but let's and then there's this 35-minute one, which, why does this say 2026? It was made 2 years ago. Are they just updating the title every year that they're just like, yeah, this is still relevant? Who is this? Okay. Yeah, we'll check out a few of these videos. Let's try this one first. Being that it's got 2D animation, that I'm kind of interested in that. Because, so, I've been watching this creator, Cardboard Cowboy, and he makes some, like, his streams are really interesting. Let's just watch his live stream here for a second. This is his 24-hour channel, but like he does all this custom graphics. This is like an old episode. I have no clue what we're seeing. Oh, being that I'm not subscribed, I can't see. Let's just go to the YouTube for it.
I have made a few mistakes in this town. I can admit that. But most of them I'm actually pretty proud of. Although there is one mistake I made that...
I want to know what he's using to make this. I assume it was done in like Blender for all this like animation, but like he's got some whatever studio to control his character in that.
Well, I kind of regret. Oh God! Let me explain.
I have no clue what this video is.
My leg was feeling so much better after the doc had shot it. Doc, as you know, I've come by to ask you something. Let's talk about it. You shot me in the leg. You did. You shot me in my leg. Is that a good way to solve problems, do you think? If you have a problem, you just shoot it? Is that something that I should be doing in my own life?
Like one of the things that he does with this is he has TTS on each of his characters. So like she has her own custom voice. The guy laying on the bed has his own voice. And their lips are synced with it too, so it was really cool.
If that is what you've learned here, then best you go.
Or usually they are.
On you.
Okay, I'll see you later. Bye, Doc. Bye, Shane. She shot me in my leg. What the heck? Anyway, I was walking tall again. I decided to get some rest. Recovery rest is very tiring, so I needed some rest from all the resting I was doing while I was healing. Anyway, so I went to the shack to kick my feet up. On the way, I quickly popped into the sheriff's office to make sure I hadn't left the lamp on. In we go. Hey, Cheyenne. 'Tis I, Cowboy. I just came in here to see if I left the lamp on. Cheyenne was there holding a videotape. She made me watch it, and oh God, it was horrific. This was my first mistake. I can't tell you what I saw, so I'll just show you. It was this. Here's me watching it. Say it ain't so! Texas robbed you, huh? Oh, jeez. And you caught it all on footage? Oh, Cheyenne, I don't Look how upset I am. It was disturbing to say the least. Oh God, some things you see.
How long is this? Okay, it's 10 minutes long. We're not gonna watch all of it, but like his videos are pretty cool. But yeah, that's Cardboard Cowboy. But let's watch this in.
You guys, and this is my attempt at making the easiest Blender tutorial ever. Wow, that was really epic with the echo and everything. I made a whole video about how I finally managed to learn Blender, at least parts of it, by focusing on just some of the core features, and how a lot of the tutorials out there just kind of lost me when I was starting out because they covered way too much ground. Blender can't get the best of me. I was not ready. I'm fine, by the way. Thanks for asking. My recovery, it's going well. So while Blender does a lot of different things, from realistic textures and rendering to animation and sculpting, I'm gonna start with 3D modeling today because we can accomplish a lot with just a handful of tools. Also, it's kind of fun. More than kind of fun, it's really fun. Once you get a little comfortable in Blender, it's like Legos for adults. I should know, I'm a fully grown adult. Let's imagine you've never opened Blender before. This is your first time. Wait, what? No, that's not a cube. You don't see a cube. You're not ready for cube. You're ready for mouse. Mouse. The scroll wheel is super important in Blender. Pressing it down will let you pivot around in 3D space, and then holding down the shift key while clicking that middle mouse button is gonna let you pan around from side to side. Also, I wrote down all of the shortcut keys we're gonna be using today into one worksheet. So
Scale, different scales, add an object. I don't know what loop cut is.
they're all right there. This is not all the shortcuts in Blender. If you look those up, those are crazy. Those are wild. You can't handle that. I can't handle that. This is just the shortcuts we are using today, the core ones that we need for this tutorial.
What do you mean Blender's new short film? Like on the Blender YouTube channel? Blender, Blender. I'm not even subscribed. So, So what short film? I have no clue what you're talking about.
Blender 5.1 has just been officially released, and it includes some awesome new features, with most of the focus being on quality of life enhancements, stability, and polish, after the devs just finished up another round of Winter of Quality. I'm Jonathan Lampel from cgcookie.com, and in this video, we're going to talk all about it. First up, font filling for text objects is now significantly better, so the types of fonts you can use in 3D are no longer so limited. Filling in general is now up to 5 times faster, especially for n-gons with many sides. When it comes
Dun, dun. So it doesn't seem to be on their site. So it seems like it's a collaboration video. 6 minutes, we can watch this. The cube. Uh-oh. What happens when you delete the default cube? Is that what this is inferring here? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I forgot Blender is an open source project. Like, my understanding is people use it for basically as After Effects now these days. Just look at this. Oh no. What happened? To be continued. This is only a 6-minute video. We got another minute. And that's how Spore was created. Who remembers the game Spore? Like that. 2 weeks ago. All right.
Oh. Tutorial, just to keep it simple. You can download that in the free section of my website, bradsartschool.com. Oh yeah, I also added the Blender source file up there too if you want to play around with that. It's right under my Learn to Draw in 60 Days course. You should also check that out. Save that for the end! Right. Save the promotion for later. Got it. Okay, now y'all are ready for Cube. We are gonna start with this shape, so I'm gonna click on it to select it. And I'm gonna hit the letter S for scale, and that's gonna let us grow this thing or shrink this thing down. Now this is a 3D space, so we have axes. This red line here represents the x-axis. The green line represents...
Spore was 2008. It was a very popular game for a year, 2 years. I don't know, somewhere in that span. It was also quite hated in a little ways, because I remember it was one of the earlier DRM games, and it like really fucked up shit. I forget what it did. I remember like I was working at a gaming center, and I installed it on every PC, because that's how you installed things on for those. And I accidentally deactivated our game because it activated it. It was hardware ID'd for up to 3 PCs.
The y-axis.
And we had like 12.
But there's a z-axis as well for up and down. So for example, I want this only to grow on the y-axis. So I'm going to hit the letter Y, and we're just going to grow this thing out a little bit. And I'm going to click. Now I want this to be narrower. So I'm going to hit S for scale again, this time on the z-axis, hit the letter Z, and I'm going to scale that down till it looks about right. That looks good. Maybe I scale it again on my...
Yeah, it was fine. And like I just went to a game crack site, and like we had a legit copy. It was just the way that they licensed it. It locked it out. So it was like, whatever. All right. Save preferences, general. Cube. All right, S. Z. I don't like Excuse me. Oh, you click to tell it to stop. So X is that. Click. SY. I don't click. Yep.
Y-axis to make it a little bit shorter, but that looks about right. I think that's what I'm going for. Now this is a good time to talk about modes. Let's look up here in the upper left-hand corner. We have the object mode, but if I use this drop down, we have more. We're gonna be bouncing between object mode and edit mode a lot. So for an object mode, I'm gonna use one color on the screen. If we're in edit mode, I'm gonna use another color. So go ahead and click on edit mode. Edit mode lets you edit points. So I can click on any point here, and then I'm gonna grab my move tool on the left-hand side, and then I could just drag this point wherever I want it to be. Just doing this is gonna really let us modify all of our shapes. I wanna start by adding more points to this shape. So I need to select our entire shape. I'm gonna hit the letter A for all to do that. Then I'm gonna hit Control R for something called a loop cut. And you can see here, this yellow line is where I'm going to cut this shape in half. If I use my mouse scroll wheel to scroll up, I could actually add as many cuts as I want to this shape. I only need 2, so that's what I'm gonna go for now. I click to do my loop cut, and then I can move my mouse back and forth to decide where I want these shapes to go. I actually want this to be a little wider in the middle than it is right now. I need to see all the points of my object better, so let's look in the upper right-hand corner here. There's 4 little icons here. Right now, I'm in solid mode. The icon next to it is wireframe mode. I'm gonna click that, and now I can see the points behind my object. So what I can do with my mouse is I can...
People are cooking outside or whatever. I smell like the barbecue smoke. I hate that smell because I always have a paranoia that something's burning in my house. Because like I'm running a really long extension cord for my AC unit that's in here. Because I have too many computers on this circuit. And this circuit in this room is the bathroom, the bedroom, this room, part of the living room. All one 15 amp circuit. So I put this mobile AC unit in the kitchen circuit. But like, yeah. So it always makes me paranoid when I smell something that smells toasty burning. Could be my PC that's just hot. I forgot what I was gonna say here. But yeah, let's see here. So so he was saying edit mode. What do we... Can we not alt to these? Oh, you can't hit alt key to this. Okay, so wait. That's not what we want anyways. What is...
be a little...
So his screen here is cut off, which is annoying because he's talking about something that's off screen here. I don't know why he did this. So let's see. But
wider in the middle than it is.
That's not what we're looking for. How did we get to edit mode? Oh, object mode. Okay, this. Edit mode. All right. So select and then Control R. Okay, and then click and whatever there. Okay.
There's one color on the screen. If we're in edit mode, I'm gonna use another color. So go ahead and click on edit mode. Edit mode lets you edit points. So I can click on any point.
Yeah, I want to see this. Boop. How do I... Move tool. Yeah, that's it. Just undo that.
Point here, and then I'm going to grab my move tool on the left hand side, and then I could just drag this point wherever I want it to be. Just doing this is going to really let us modify all of our shapes. I want to start by adding more points to this shape. So I need to select our entire shape. I'm going to hit the letter A for all to do that. Then I'm going to hit Control R for something called a loop cut. And you can see here, this yellow line is where I'm going to cut this shape in half. If I use my mouse scroll wheel to scroll up, I could actually add as many cuts as I want to this shape. I only need 2, so that's what I'm going to go for now. I click to do my loop cut, and then I can move my mouse back and forth to decide where I want these shapes to go. I actually want this to be a little wider in the middle than it is right now. I need to see all the points of my object better, so let's look in the upper right-hand corner here. There's 4 little icons.
Okay, I
here.
see.
Right now, I'm in solid.
Oh, he's
The
talking about.
icon next to it
These
is
icons.
wireframe mode. I'm going to click that, and now I can see the points behind my object. So what I can do with my mouse is I can.
Okay, let me see here. So this button, yes, I probably should. What was the button to? Oh, that is not what I want to do. Extend, rotate, move, cursor. Well, that's not what I. That's probably bad. So what I was trying to do was go back to make it to raise just this plane up. But why is it doing it like that? Oh, it's selecting. Oh, how did we? Oh, we're in edit mode. That's why. So object mode. There we go. Because we were in the wrong mode. So we were in edit mode. So edit mode is the nodes. We needed object mode. All right. I just wanted it to be thicker back like
this. If I want
this.
more than one point, I hold down shift and I click that point as well, and I can grab the here. There's 4 little icons here.
Okay, so he is in edit mode, wireframe mode.
Right now, I'm in solid mode. The icon next to it is wireframe mode. I'm going to click that, and now I can...
So I don't know what the select face was. Was that just having the cursor selected and being in object mode, and then probably... Where'd my object go? Moment. My PC's being angry. So this isn't selecting a face. So how would you select just the face? Viewpoint shading, X-ray. Like, I assume he's going to get to that in the future here. This selects the whole object. Oh, it's in edit mode. So edit mode. So faces. Vertex select. So I don't know. Edit mode and hit 3. Where is... Okay, so that changes this. So select mode, face mode. Okay, cool. He's probably going to talk about that in a minute. So let's go back to this mode and back to the video.
I can see the points behind my object. So what I can do with my mouse is I can select the points I want. If I want more than one point, I hold down shift and I click that point as well, and I can grab these 4 points and I could move them back, kind of like that. In fact, while I'm here, I'm just gonna click. I need to see little icons.
I don't know.
Right now,
I missed
I'm in
a step.
solid mode. The icon next to it is wireframe mode. I'm going to click that, and now I can see the points behind my object. So what I can do with my mouse is I can select the points I want. If I want more than one point, I hold down shift and I click that point as well, and I can grab these 4 points and I could move them back, kind of like that. In fact, what...
Okay, let's give that a try. So move tool. I did it.
While I'm here, I'm just going to click and drag on these points, and I'm just going to drag them back a little bit as well. Kind of like that. That looks pretty good. Now, next to edit mode, there's an option to grab
literally the next step,
a whole line. So I can click on a line and I'm going to grab that entire thing, which
well,
will save you time from having to just grab one point at a time. Or you can grab planes. This is really helpful. So I can grab just the plane that I'm looking to modify. Now what I want to do is I want to take this plane and I want to extrude it upwards. There's a shortcut for that, the letter E. And with that, I just pull my mouse up.
Bum, 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 bum. That's... It's not what I meant to do, but we'll go with that for now.
And there we go. I have added kind of the top section of our car here. So I'm going to grab these 2 front points, and I'm going to use this little green arrow to just drag that back on our y-axis to kind of make my front windshield tilt back just a little bit. I'm going to scroll around, and I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Probably not going to do it quite as much as the front, but just give it a little bit of an angle. I'm going to go back to my solid mode. I'm going to rotate around because the next thing I want to do is I want to add a windshield to this. So let's select that front face, and we're going to use something called inset, letter I. And now when I move my mouse in, it's going to inset that shape. And then I could use the letter E, extrude, to go in to inset our windshield. I don't like it. How do we not do that? All right, so this is where Blender gets a little technical. We got to explain some stuff. So if we have a boring cube and we inset it, it works perfectly. The tops and the sides are the same width. So when we extrude, it just works. But then when I hit S to scale it, say I scale it on the X axis, what happens? It gets kind of stretchy on the sides. So what we need to do is we need to hit tab to go back to our object mode, and we have to apply the transform. Hit Control A for apply, and I'm just gonna apply.
I'm not making this vehicle. I'm just learning Blender.
Apply all of the transforms. This kind of resets the shape a little bit. Then I can hit tab to go back to my edit mode. And then let's take a look at what happens to this when we hit I for inset.
Like, I've never
look at
used
that.
Blender.
It's perfect. Now extrude. It extrudes exactly the way we want it. All of those sides are equal. And that's what we need to do with our car body as well. So let's hit Tab to go to object mode, Control A to apply our transforms, and we're gonna apply all transforms. We should be good now. So
All right, I was not paying attention whatsoever.
Called in solid mode. I'm gonna rotate around because the next thing I want to do is I want to add a windshield.
I'm going down a deep rabbit hole. Thank you. Yeah, and there's a lot of things that I've wanted that I need to work on with this. So, like, especially if I'm doing anything 3D design, like Blender, I need to learn Blender. Yeah, I've seen Ozzy do Blender work, I think. He was it? I think it was Ozzy I was watching that was doing Blender. There's a few people that were doing Blender streams for their maps. Because there's the UK map guy, the London map. They were like going crazy with Blender videos. They were just knocking out entire towns with designing on it.
To this. So let's select that front face, and we're going to use something called inset, letter I. And now when I move my mouse in, it's going to inset that shape. And then I could use the letter E, extrude, to go in to inset our windshield. I don't like it. How do we not do that? All right, so this is where Blender gets a little technical. We got to explain some stuff. So if we have a boring cube and we inset it, it works perfectly. The tops and the sides are the same width. So when we extrude, it just works. But then when I hit S to scale it, say I scale it on the X axis, what happens?
I'm really just focused on learning it at the moment. Like, as for like DayZ, I don't know what I would be making for it yet. I was thinking more for so I was actually thinking of something I could do in either SBox or Godot. Like something that, like, I was gonna make a silly game if I learn enough of this today to just make a potato character, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that far into it because I don't know how to do skeletons in that in SBox sandbox. But that would be cool to mess with. But I don't think we're gonna get around to sandbox today. Excuse me. All right. Put us back into solid mode. So what was the, so you said I. Was there a way to, so you can extrude it out to there? Yeah, I know nothing about that part of it. Interrupted. So Sandbox has a bunch of the character stuff in it. I didn't get around to looking at it long enough because we did the, here, I'll just pull up the video that I did quickly the other day, or well, I did a quick short. I was working around with physics. Reset those. So, and I was messing around with, so I imported that. That's an FBX model that was made by someone on CD Trader. But so I gave it physics and adjusted all the things for it and did that. Oh, someone actually commented? But yeah. I gotta turn this AC cooler. It's actually getting warm. What is the temperature outside? 75 already? Yeah, I know nothing about the Blender game engine stuff. I know they have there's plugins that work for Arma 3 which will do like the height map stuff, and like the height map is actually something that I need to learn this for, because I have a 7 kilometer long trench that I need to cover up, and I don't have terrain layers for that. So that would be good to learn this so that I can make those. But like I'll be able to import and then do my terrain over that. All right, so hold on. My phone heard a sound, probably just someone mowing. Not really following this. Unless I messed this up somehow. Insetting this is not cutting it out going deeper here. Press E. Like that. How do you change? So when I hit the, I wish you could zoom in while in that mode. So when you press I, it's only doing it on the X. Good afternoon. Yeah, yeah. So, well, so this is the incent, whatever. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm doing something here.
It gets kind of stretchy on the sides. So what we need to
I don't know what he's talking about getting stretchy on the sides. Is he talking about this where like it's, so it's just a kind of indenting here? Or like it's hard to tell with the way that this is textured with this transparent gray.
is we need to hit tab to go back to our object mode. And we have
Oh. Oh yeah. I don't know what I made here, but it's cool, I guess.
Have to apply the
If I... Okay, so tab just goes back and forth depending on what mode you're in.
transform. Hit Control A for apply, and I'm just gonna apply all of the transforms. This kind of resets the shape a little bit. Then I can hit tab to go back to my edit mode, and then let's take a look at what happens to this when we hit I for inset. Oh, look at that, it's perfect. Now extrude, it extrudes exactly the way we want it. All of those sides are equal. And that's what we need to do with our car body as well. So let's hit
Why am I only getting this, but it's also on a weird axis? So this is what he was saying here. How do I move? I'm only able to rotate from the center. Is this something I did up here? Control A. What is Control A doing? I'm not really following what he's saying here.
tab to go back to our object mode, and we have to apply the transform. Hit Control A for apply, and I'm just gonna apply all of the transforms. This kind of resets the shape a little.
I'm not currently doing, because this is literally, I'm just doing random things. This is literally, I'm just doing random things. I'm not building a building out of this. This just kind of resembles a building, but eventually maybe.
Bit. Then I can hit tab to go back to my edit mode, and then let's take a look at what happens to this when we hit I for inset. Oh, look at that, it's perfect. Now extrude, it extrudes exactly the way we want it. All of those sides are equal. And that's what we need to do with
okay, so I think I see what's different here. So like the distance here is not equal to that, but when he applied, it did all equal there. Okay, so because like if we do it here, but I don't know why it's doing it like that. Or do I need to scale it here and then? How do I move my view? Because I can rotate right now. Like I want to... How do I move my view? This? No. Extend, subtract. None of these are what I want. This just rotates. I don't want to rotate. I want to pan over to the sides. I don't want this centered. I want to be like, when I drag it, I want to go over and look at more from this side. Like I can, it's like I can grab somehow. Apparently I can't move the object. Ah, okay, okay. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Control zoom. Yeah, there's way too much middle mouse button on this. I need to re-keybind. Twitch has ads starting in 2.5 minutes. If you guys got Amazon Prime, it's greatly appreciated, but you don't have to. Anyone that plays DayZ, there is an event coming on my server in a bit. Well, there's people on Bitterroot official right now. So if you're looking to join into some Bitterroot, go check that out. But yeah, thank you for letting me know on the shift. What event? I think he mentioned it, but like
the way we
yeah.
want it. All of those sides are equal. And that's what we need to do with our car body as well. So let's hit Tab to go to object mode, Control A to apply our transforms, and we're gonna apply all transforms. We should be good now. So I'm gonna hit Tab to go back to edit mode, gonna make sure that windshield is selected. I for inset, and then I'm just gonna scale it in just a tiny bit. Oh, that is perfect. Hit E for extrude, and I'm just gonna pull it in a little bit. I love it. That's good. That's good. Now I can select this side, do the same thing. I for inset. I'm just gonna try to make it the same size as the other one. E for extrude, I'm just gonna try to pull it in a little bit like the other one. Gonna rotate around, grab this. I, scale it in. E, just gonna push that in a little bit. One more, guys. Select it. I for inset, E for extrude, and there we go. We got our car windshields set and looking pretty decent right there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So with our base car in place, it's time to add some wheels. So we're gonna leave edit mode with a tab back to object mode. And we're gonna add a cylinder, which is going to become our tire. So Shift A for add, and we can add a whole bunch of stuff here, but what I'm looking for is mesh. And in mesh, we have cubes, circles, cylinders, all sorts of stuff. So let's grab that cylinder. I'm just gonna grab this little red arrow on that doohickey and move it on out. And then I'm gonna scale it because it's too big. We don't need it that big. We just need a tire size. And then I'm also gonna scale it and hit Z on my Z axis so I can also make it about the width of a tire too. Now we're not done with this. I mean, I guess we could be, but I want to add a little bit more detail to that tire. So let's go ahead and do that by hitting tab to go into edit mode. I'm going to click on that front face to select it. I'm going to hit the letter I for inset again, and we're going to move in. That looks about right. And then we're going to hit E for extrude, and we're just going to pull it in a little bit. Then we're going to hit I for inset again.
For fixing the white chairs, you just have to you just have to package the map again. Like all it needs is package built with add-on builder in 129. So you just regenerate layers because I'm pretty sure that's needed for 129 to work, and then export the WRP from 129 terrain builder and then just package it with add-on builder, and they're fixed. You also have to extract your game data, delete the old game data and extract the latest game data, because 129 they created a new P3D for the chairs, so they're offset a little bit. So once you do all that, it works. That was probably a little confusing the way I phrased that. Let me get some hydration in me. Twitch is in ads right now. We're gonna wait a few minutes for that. We can play some music while we poke around on here. So he was saying, so object mode, move this over. Shift S. Oh, this is a lot different than what, how old is this video? Last year. Okay. I'm pretty sure he said Shift S, right? Control F, not Control S, let's save. Those are the exact same tools. Right click. Did he not say? Oh, Control A. I only see transforms. Oh, Shift A. Shift A, not Control A. So mesh. Fill in. No, I'm not messing with that. I was doing the cylinder. Yeah, no, I'm not really following what he's exactly doing. I don't care about building this car. I give no shits about a car. I just care about figuring out how the mechanics of the tools work. So like he was saying, I'm in the wrong node. So all right, so Twitch is back from ads. We kind of followed what he was saying here.
For add, and we can add a whole bunch of stuff here, but what I'm looking for is mesh. And in mesh, we have cubes, circles.
Oh, I want to mess with the inset that he was talking about here. So I'm trying to delete just these panes. Where was this? Yes. Oh, there we go. So, but doing that is deleting the whole thing there, which is not what I'm trying to do. Dissolve will keep the face. Okay. What did I just change here? This, right? Yeah. Okay. So you said dissolve. Where is that option? Dissolvers. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out there. Okay.
Cylinders, all sorts of stuff. So let's grab that cylinder. I'm just gonna grab this little red arrow on that doohickey and move it on out. And then I'm gonna
Yeah,
scale
YouTube
it.
has a 20-second delay because I have
Just need a
closed
die
captions
size. And
enabled.
then I'm also gonna scale it and hit Z on my Z axis, so I can also make it about.
I would like to in the future set up local closed captions, but I don't know if YouTube supports that. I know Twitch does. So if I generate them on my end and then push them out, but I don't know if YouTube supports it. YouTube is pretty bad with what it's got.
About the width of a tire too. Now we're not done with this. I mean, I guess we could be, but I want to add a little bit more detail to that tire. So let's go ahead and do that by hitting tab to go into edit mode. I'm going to click on that front face to select it. I'm going to hit the letter I for inset again, and we're going to move in. That looks about right. And then we're going to hit E for extrude, and we're just going to pull it in a little bit. Then we're going to hit I for inset again. We're going to kind of move it in. That looks about right. E for extrude, and I'm going to pull it up a little bit, up and out, just to give it a little texture. And there we go. I think for now, that's going to work for the wheel that I want to create. So since that wheel is done, we're going to go back to object mode with a tab. And now I need to rotate this thing. The letter R rotates, but this is not gonna work well. Like getting this tire lined up, I mean, you could make it look like it's in the right angle, but
I was not paying attention one bit here.
Then we're gonna hit I for inset again. We're gonna kind of move it in.
This 29-minute video is gonna take us like an hour and a half, just FYI.
Looks about right. E for extrude, and I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, up and out, just to give it a little texture. And there we go. I think for now that's gonna work for the wheel that I want to create. So pull it in a little bit. Then we're gonna hit I for inset again. We're gonna move it in. That looks about right. E for extrude, and I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, up and out, just to give it a little texture. And there we go. I think for now that's gonna work for the wheel that I want to create. So since that wheel is done, we're gonna go back to object mode with a tab, and now I need to rotate this thing. The letter R rotates, but this is not gonna work well. Like getting this tire lined up, I mean, you could make it look like it's in the right angle, but once you move around, it is totally not going to be at the proper angle. So let's undo that. Now our gizmo up here at the top is going to let us see just like a side view of the car or a top view of the car. I want a front view of the car. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to hit the letter R, and when I rotate, it's only going to rotate on that one axis, which makes my life a whole lot easier. Now it's still kind of hard to get it perfectly lined up, so what I could do is hold down the control key, so it's going to kind of click in little like 5-degree increments. That looks about right. And there we go. It looks like our tire is kind of looking like it's in the right spot. If we want to double check our work, let's go look at this tire.
Or they just go here and type it in. Excuse me. You know, I have no clue which side is what. We'll just do it here and then R. Like, yeah, but scale. Why do I not? So on his, oh, this is scaling the wrong thing. That's why. Why is it rotating that object? There we go. 90. Perfect. Boom. Why did control? Okay. Okay, so Shift D is what we were looking for there. How do I get the, there we go. That's 3D space. Ripsh. All right. So I see what's going on here. I thought actually these just might be offset. Yeah, they were. Because I thought they were rotating based on where I was in the world. A mirror modifier? Yeah. Like, I have no clue what I just clicked. All right, back to the video.
It's kind of looking like it's in the right spot. If we want to double check our work, let's go look at this right-hand panel. A lot of stuff over here. It can get overwhelming, I get it. But don't panic. I'm not panicking. You don't see me panicking. So at the top, what we have here is our collections. These kind of work like layers in a drawing app. Each shape you draw will be located here. So we have our cylinder, and if I wanted to, I could double click on it, and I could just say, this is a wheel. I'm gonna rename it that. Our cube is our car. body. You don't have to do that, but it's a nice way to keep this clean. So with our wheel selected, I'm gonna look at the next section of our sidebar, which has all of these little icons.
So I have used Blender a little bit in the past, but I've never actually designed anything. Like I've kind of just stabbed at it and went, nope. So like the tools I understand to a basics, along with DayZ tools has its own Blender-ish 3D modeler, which I've done, like adjusted the points in the mesh and that. So there's a little bit that's similar, not very much.
There's a lot of little icons here, but we want this orange one called object properties. In here, I can see rotation. It's already set at 90 degrees because I rotated it, but if you just want to go in here and type in 90, that might be a way to save you time. So let's position this tire in a place that looks like a place a tire would go on a car. So I'm just gonna move it here and then I'll rotate it around. Okay, that's too high. Let's move it down. I kind of want it to be halfway. I gotta move it forward a little bit. So that looks like where the wheel would go. But here's the problem with this. I want some space around the tire, right? That's kind of how cars are. So let's cut a shape out of our main car here. Let's move this tire out of the way. That'll make our lives easier. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a cylinder, and then we're gonna take that cylinder and we're gonna cut it out of where the wheel will go in our car shape, okay? Follow me on this. Yeah, we got this. Don't panic, it's easy. You just gotta do it once or twice. Shift A to add a shape. We're gonna go to mesh, and then we're going to go to cylinder. I'm gonna go.
I thought this meta ball said meatball. I'm like, what?
Shift A to add a shape. We're gonna go to mesh, and then we're going to go to cylinder. I'm gonna go ahead and drag that out of there. I'm also gonna scale it down to about the size I need. I might scale it again. We need to rotate it. I already know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna go to my y-axis, type 90, and hit enter to rotate it. Now what I want is a side view of this car, so I can actually like line up all of these different things. My cylinder, line up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And now I can see this nice side view, and it's gonna let me move this cylinder over, and I can see, that kind of looks okay, but I need to move it down. I'm gonna move it a little bit over. Maybe it's a little too big, so I hit S to scale down that a little bit. That looks about right to me. Okay, let's see how that's looking. Cool. And now I'm gonna move this into the center of the car. I'm gonna hit S for scale again, but we're just gonna scale it on the X-axis so that it spans the entire width of the car. This is the shape we're gonna cut out of the car. Okay, you guys ready for this? I think you're ready for this. Yeah. I'm ready for this, because this is where Blender gets really excited.
What was his name? Is it Zorak? It's been forever since I've seen,
we are gonna use modifiers.
It's been forever since I've watched Adult Swim.
Modifiers. We're gonna click it. I'm gonna select my car, and we're gonna add a modifier
Space Ghost,
to our
Coast
car.
to
And what
Coast.
this lets us do is all sorts of fancy things. After clicking Add Modifier, I have Generate, and what we're looking for.
I forgot about his dad.
For right now,
it's been forever since I've seen the Brack show.
The third one from the top. Once you add your modifier, it's going to have a whole bunch of stuff over here that you can look at. Some of it may be a little confusing, but just bear with me. Boolean is going to ask you what object do you want to trim out of your shape. And there's a little eyedropper here. If I click on that eyedropper, I can go here and I can say, I want this cylinder cut out of it. And you can see with this orange line that outlines the shape of our car, it has done that. It is going around the curve of that cylinder. There's only one problem. You'd think, oh, I'll move my cylinder out now. Where did my cut go? I wanted that there. Don't worry, we can fix this. If we want the cut to stay there, even if the object moves, we have to apply the modifier. Basically like flattening a layer in Photoshop. So if I click on this arrow here, one of my options is apply. I'm gonna click that. Now, when I move that cylinder, let's move it back. Look at that. I told you this is exciting. I'm excited. So I'm going to move this cylinder over to where I think the other tire will go, probably about there. I'm going to click on the car. I'm going to add another modifier. I'm going to go to generate, and I'm going to go to Boolean again. We're going to do the same exact thing. So we grab our eyedropper tool. What do we want to cut out? This cylinder. And then we go to this arrow and we're going to apply it. And there we go. Now I'm going to select.
All right, let me read.
There.
I was kind of distracted by the Brack show.
Click it. I'm going to. Cool. And now I'm going to move this into the center x-axis so that it's.
All right, so let's do something here. Ignore what I'm designing. I'm not really designing anything, but
spans the entire width of the car. This is the shape.
I'm doing things slightly different than what he's
you guys
doing,
ready
mostly
for
because
this?
I don't
think
want
you're ready for this. I'm ready
to. Mostly because I don't want to make a car.
for this, because this is where Blender gets really excited. We are going to use modifiers. See this little wrench on the right hand side? That is modifiers. We're going to click.
All right, wrenches, wrench, modifier.
Okay. I'm going to select my car, and we're going to add a modifier to our car. And what this lets us do is all sorts of fancy things. After clicking add modifier, I have generate, and what we're looking for right now is something called Boolean.
Okay, so select the car modifier. Excuse me. All right, Boolean. Eyedropper that. I don't think that was what he said to do.
It's the third one from the top. Once you add your modifier, it's going to have a whole bunch of stuff over here that you could look at. Some of it may be a little confusing, but just bear with me. Boolean is going to ask you what object do you want to trim out of your shape. And there's a little eyedropper here. If I click on that eyedropper,
So I think
can go here and I can say, I want this cylinder cut out of it. And you can see with this orange line that outlines the shape of our car, it has done that. It is going around the curve of that cylinder. There's only one problem. You'd think, oh, I'll move my
eyedropper, this.
cylinder out now. Where did my cut go? I wanted that there. Don't worry, we can fix this. If we want the cut to stay there, even if the object moves, we have to apply the modifier.
I'm not sure why. I don't know why YouTube blocked your message. So I think to answer your question, what is so to rephrase your question, what's inspiring me to learn Blender is basically I'm doing a few different things. I made a map. Well, I'm working on multiple DayZ maps, and I don't have any personal custom 3D assets in it. So that's one thing. But also, I want to build I want to build a video game, and one of the things I want to do is create assets for that. So, and Blender has been on my list of things to learn for a long time, like a long time. because like I was originally wanting to do the Blender stuff for my DayZ map two and a half years ago. Like I was planning on like importing stuff and then just customizing stuff as needed, and just like I can do it within the DayZ tools, which let's load up something quickly. Like, I'll just show you what they call it Object Builder. It's kind of similar. It's really bad. It's not good for this. So like let's see this load. Yeah, so it's been a while since there we go, Alt. There we go, Alt and right click. So like this, I believe I worked on this a little bit, but this is just a 3D image or 3D asset. And I downloaded this from, I think, CG Trader. I don't know if I paid for this or not, but oh, cool. I don't know why this is crashing, so I guess we're not gonna mess with that. Cool. Multiple declarations usually means something's... Well, I guess I can't show off the 3D model of it, but there's not much for this. Like, I can change the selections in here to do little bits, like with mostly just the nodes. So it's what it is. Don't save that. But it's no Blender. So this will be nice to actually be able to go in and actually build proper things. But right now, this isn't doing what I was expecting it to do. So I do the dropper here. So, oh, am I in the wrong mode? Is that what's going on? It's removing everything when I do this. Let's watch the video again. He's in object mode.
Basically like flattening a layer in Photoshop. So if I click on this arrow here, one of my options is apply. I'm gonna click that. Now, when I move that cylinder, let's move it back. Look at that, look at that. I told you this is exciting, I'm excited. So I'm gonna move the cylinder over to where I think the other tire will go, probably about there. I'm gonna click on the car, I'm gonna add another modifier, I'm gonna go to generate, and I'm gonna go to Boolean again. We're gonna do the same exact thing. So we grab our eyedropper tool.
So yeah, he's in object mode, so object mode. Can I not move that? So we were thinking this, so if we do that, so the cube, select the eyedropper, select, and then it nukes everything. I don't know what's going on with this. Like, it just deletes everything and leaves me with these. Huh? I'm just control Z and get... Whoa, what the... Oh, that's something else, I think. Okay. Cube, yes. I wish this was a little more fine-tuned. So that should be fine there, whatever. So if we want to cut that out, so, okay, so selecting the cube, going to modifiers, add modifiers, generate Boolean, yes. Okay, so, and then eyedropper, so the cube, and it just nukes the entire car. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Because according to his video, that's not what should be going on. I don't know what I'm doing wrong in this.
Cool. And now I'm going to move this into the center of the car. I'm going to hit S for scale again, but we're just going to scale it on the X-axis so that it spans the entire width of the car. This is the shape we're going to cut out of the car. Okay, you guys ready for this? I think you're ready for this. I'm ready for this because this is where Blender gets really excited. We are going to use modifiers. See this little wrench on the right-hand side? That is modifiers. We're going to click it. I'm going to select my car and we're going to add a modifier to.
What do you mean?
The bands the
or intersect? Is it let me see. Do I have any of these? Like, where's my... Squeeze and move. Excuse me. Oh, intersect. Okay. Yeah, so intersect does the same thing. Difference. Oh, hey, that worked. Oh, yeah, I have no clue what we did different there. Just... Wait, so... Oh, do we have to apply each time? Yeah, exact was already on. Oh, I put this on the wrong one. Get rid of that. So when I do that, it gets rid of it. Wait, what? Wait, am I supposed to have an animation layer to this? All right, so that seems, so it's just doing, it's being weird in the way that it works, but it did work.
the entire width of the car. This is the shape we're gonna cut out of the car. Okay, you guys ready for this? I think you're ready for this. I'm ready for this, because this is where Blender gets really exciting. We are gonna use modifiers. See this little wrench on the right-hand side? That is modifiers. We're gonna click it. I'm gonna select my car, and we're gonna add a modifier to our car. And what this lets us do is all sorts of fancy things. After clicking add modifier, I have generate, and what we're looking for right now is something called Boolean. It's the third one from the top. Once you add your modifier, it's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff over here that you can look at. Some of it may be a little confusing, but just bear with me. Boolean is gonna ask you, what object do you want to trim out of your shape? And there's a little eyedropper here. If I click on that eyedropper, I can go here and I can say, I want this cylinder cut out of it. And you can see with this orange line that outlines the shape of our car, it has done that. It is going around the curve of that cylinder. There's only one problem. You'd think, oh, I'll move my cylinder out now. Where did my cut go? I wanted that there. Don't worry, we can fix this. If we want the cut to stay there, even if the object moves, we have to apply the modifier. Basically like flattening a layer in Photoshop. So if I click on this arrow here, one of my options is apply. I'm gonna click that. Now, when I move that cylinder, let's move it back. Look at that, look at that. I told you this was exciting. I'm excited. So I'm gonna move this cylinder over to where I think the other tire will go, probably about there. I'm gonna click on the car. I'm gonna add another modifier. I'm gonna go to generate, and I'm gonna go to Boolean again. We're gonna do the same exact thing. So we grab our eyedropper tool. What do we wanna cut out? This cylinder. And then we go to this arrow and we're going to apply it, and there we go. Now, I'm gonna select this cylinder. I'm gonna hit X to delete it, hit OK, and there we go. We have cut that shape out of this car. Pretty darn cool. Now I can take this wheel and I could just slide it into place. That looks about right. Oh yeah, we've got a wheel in a car perfectly placed. So what we could do is just hit Shift D and duplicate this tire and move it all around, but no. We gotta use more modifiers, because the more you learn about modifiers, the cooler Blender gets. So we're gonna use a modifier called array. So let's click add modifier, go to generate, and then click array. Now you can see it's added a second tire under our main tire. So what array does is it allows us to add how many of something we want to reproduce over and over again. So this is 6 of them. I don't need 6. I only need 2 tires for now. Right now it's on the x-axis. I'm gonna set that to 0 because I want this on my y-axis. Let's set that to 1. And there you can see the tires.
Hold on a second. I was checking something on my server. I was paying attention mostly, but that last little bit I want to pay closer attention to. But is there closed captions on this? Does not appear to be. I just want to have a stream up for the server. There's an event going on one of my servers. Oh, excuse me. All right.
There's now higher go.
Okay, what was he saying about arrays?
More modifiers, because the more you learn about modifiers, the cooler Blender gets. So we're gonna use a modifier called array. So let's click add modifier, go to generate, and then click array. Now you can see it's added a second tire under our main tire. So what array does is it allows us to add how many of something we want to reproduce over and over again. So this is 6 of them. I don't need 6. I only need 2 tires for now. Right now it's on the x-axis. I'm gonna set that to 0 because I want this on my y-axis. Let's set that to 1. And there you can see the tires now appearing behind the main tire. I need to move that back to the other tire well. And so we're gonna do that by looking at this little field here where we can type in numbers. I'm gonna hit 3. Where does that put us? That puts us pretty darn close. Let's click on our gizmo so we can see this a little bit better. I'm gonna say 3.2. That was too much. Let's go 3.09. Now your car is going to be a little different, so you're going to have to kind of go in there and fudge it a little bit, but that's pretty much how you do it. There we go. We got wheels there. We are done with our car. Okay, we need to put wheels on the other side too. That's not cool. Well, the wheels on that side look good. So let's go ahead and apply that transform. Little arrow down here, apply, just like we did with the Boolean. Now, let's select those tires again. We're gonna use another modifier. This one is in generate and it's called mirror, and it's gonna mirror our tires. Now, if you first select it, you can't really see anything, and it depends on the axis that you're using. So for example, if I select the Y axis, you can see a tire appeared over here on the left-hand side. I'm gonna unselect the X axis. So what our tire is trying to figure out is where it should mirror to. Right now it's mirroring on itself. We want it to mirror on the car. So see this little field here, mirror object? We're gonna grab our eyedropper tool and we're going to select the car to say we want it to mirror to that. Then we're gonna make sure it's on the right axis. I'm gonna hit X, there we go. And we have wheels. Look at that, we got wheels. So what we have here is the core of our car, and it's time to add some details. I want to add some rear view mirrors, maybe a bumper. So let's go ahead and do that. Shift A to add a shape. We're gonna go to mesh, and then we're gonna go down to a cube. Now let's start with a bumper, so I'm just gonna pull this out to the front. It's an okay width, so we're gonna hit scale and then Z, and let's make it a bumper height, and we'll just kind of guess it here. Hit S to scale it again, then we're gonna hit Y, and we're just gonna make it a lot shorter, maybe kind of like that. There we go, and I'm gonna make it a touch wider, S, X, and we'll just pull it out a little bit. And now I'm gonna move it into place. We'll see how that looks, and I'm gonna just kind of pull it in like that, and maybe I put it down here, closer to the bottom of the car, kind of like that. Now I want that bumper to be a little closer to that wheel, so I'm gonna pull it in, and then I'm gonna hit S again. We're gonna scale it on the Y. I'm gonna pull it out just a tiny bit, kind of like that. Maybe I push it out. There we go. This is where it gets fiddly, and modeling is kind of fun, where you just move things around, try different sizes. I'm gonna hit Shift D on that shape. I'm just gonna click so it stays in place, then grab my green arrow to just pull it all the way back, and this will also serve as our back bumper as well. I also want to add some rear view mirrors, so let's go ahead and hit Shift A to add a shape. We go to mesh, and we're just gonna start again with a cube. Let's pull this out and hit S for scale, and we're just gonna make it really tiny. Maybe we hit S again and on our Z axis, because I want it to be a skinnier cube. Maybe we also change our Y, so we hit S and we change our Y axis a little bit, and that looks rear view mirror-ish. So let's kind of move it close to the side of our car. This is a low poly car, so I'm okay with it being kind of boxy, but I don't want it to be just a box. So let's hit tab to go into edit mode. I'm going to just grab these 2 points, and I'm going to pull that back a little bit. Maybe I grab these 2 points and I pull them up a little bit to make this thing a little bit aerodynamic. I'm going to grab these 2 points and move them down a little bit. You kind of see where I'm going with this. I'm trying to make this a little less boxy. In fact, I think it sticks out a little more than I want it to. So this is just the area where I like to fiddle, and I like to figure out what looks good with the model. Now I also want to attach this to the car. To do that, I'm just going to use another cube. Now I am still in edit mode. One of the cool things is if I hit Shift A, go ahead and add a cube in edit mode, and then we'll move it out here, hit S to scale. This cube is now part of the same shape. What does that mean? Well, if I have tab and I go back to object mode, now you can see this is just one shape, both of those cubes at the same time. I'm gonna tab back into edit mode, and I'm just gonna move this into place. Maybe get it there, maybe move it back. And now I can mirror that on the other side the same way that I did with the wheels. Now I'm in object mode. I go over here to add modifier, generate, mirror. I use my little eyedropper tool and I select the car. That's what I want it mirrored to. And there we go. It just mirrors because X is already selected over here on the side.
It mirrored the mirrors.
What else do I want to add? I'm gonna just add some simple door handles. Shift A, because this is just gonna start with a mesh, then a cube. Move the cube out, scale it on down so it's teeny tiny. There we go. I want it to be wider, so we're gonna scale it on the Y axis to be a little bit wider, kind of door handle width. There we go. And then we just move it into place, boop, on the side of our car so it just sticks out a little bit. And there we go. Move it up here, move it up here. There we go. That kind of looks like a door handle position. This is a one door car. And then we're gonna add a modifier here too. We select it, add modifier, generate, go to mirror, eyedropper tool, select the car, and guess what? We got a door handle on the other side too. Same location. So that is looking pretty close to good. I still want to fiddle with the shape a little. I'm gonna tab into edit mode for my car, and I'm just gonna make a couple quick tweaks. For example, I want this to go down a little bit. You see that on cars, they kind of slant. Maybe I pull this back a little bit, make it look like an 80s car. Maybe I grab the entire front plate and I say I for inset, and then I zoom in a little bit, and then we extrude and we pull in a little bit. Sweet. Now I maybe want to add some blocks that I'm going to use as headlights. Shift A, mesh, cube, insert, pull it on out of there. S for scale. Let's knock that thing down. There we go. We're gonna move it over to the side. Maybe we scale it down again. Maybe something like that for our headlight. Maybe we scale X to make it a little bit wider, and then maybe we push it way in so it's kind of sitting under the bumper a little bit, but it's kind of sticking out. That's cool. Add modifier, generate mirror, eyedropper to select the object, select our car, and it just goes into place. Beautiful. That is looking good. Okay, so let's take a quick break and go back to these little icons in the upper right hand corner of our screen. We already talked about the wireframe icon that lets us see all our lines. We're using the solid version here. There's also this is viewport shading, which is just going to show you your colors. So if you just want to see
where is that under? Undo steps 32. So that's probably where I got stuck earlier. I don't know, 90. What is a decent undo steps? Like, what would you choose? I'm feeling pretty tired. How long have we been? Wow, we haven't even been going 2 hours yet. I'm exhausted. I only got like 4.5, 5 hours of sleep last night. Like, my sleep has been really bad lately. There's sound in this? 256. I'm fine with 256. 256 is fine for me. Unlimited memory, that's fine. I have 64 gigs in this machine. Okay, that one requires restarting. Let our GPU do this. More stable. All right, it says it restarts required, but that's fine. Save versions, number of old versions, maintain current drive while manually saving. Save as F. Blender stuff. Really? I can't. There's no shortcut here? Or at least maybe I'm doing it wrong. Testing. All right, so it wanted a restart of Blender, so let's restart it. I knew I recognized that design when we were playing it earlier. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Eddie. I'm thinking about it. I got Cass up on the other monitor. Are you jumping on? We've been playing around with Blender. Like Frag Dempsey's doing his open server thing very soon. I think there's like 20 people on right now. Let me see, 16 maybe? Yeah, he messaged me this morning. There's 16 on at the moment. Like, Frag, as far as I know, is not on yet. Oh, no, oh, no, that's someone else. I don't think he's on. Like, DinoShima has even got some pop right now. It's getting on soon. Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm feeling pretty tired right now, but I might jump onto that. We're going through... actually, we got 8 minutes left of this tutorial. I've been learning Blender for the last like hour and a half, 2 hours. This 30-minute video I've spent 2 hours on so far. I was joking about it earlier. I was joking that it was going to take an hour and a half to finish. Yeah, I need to learn it though, unless I hire a modeling guy, and I don't want to do that, being I have no money. One of the oh, I forgot that YouTube does this weird
see flat color
cropping if you're weird. Hey, Pacino. But I was also going to comment, there's 6 people on my experimental Chernarus right now, which I was not expecting at all. Let me see, where are they all at? Kind of just scattered around the land. I don't remember when the last wipe on that was. I'm just checking server performance right now. Like, that's got 5,300 FPS. Let me see what Bitterroot's doing right now. 33. That's not bad. Everyone that's on is doing okay. But yeah, I might be jumping on it a little bit. What do you mean, what's the deal with it? It's an experimental server. It's just experimental. Oh, hey, Kick. Sorry, I've been ignoring you. You just messaged. Let me put this up over here. I can see, being that I can see Twitch chat now. I love how Kick is always so abusive to the streamers. They generally are rude or bots. Kick is like, you're gonna need months, like years. Your comment, and you are already like how much? 60 years old? I'm fucking 42. But yeah, no, I understand that it takes forever to be proficient at something like this. And like, I have no plan to be proficient at this. I just want to be good enough. Pacino, the experimental server, like, I've had it up there for a year and a half, 2 years. Like, if you want to play on it, it's a long-term server. I've only wiped when DayZ required a wipe between... I think it got wiped for 129. I'm not positive on that. It may not have been wiped. I don't remember.
On your object, you can do that. We have no colors, so we're just white. But then we have this third one here, and this is your rendered view. And this is actually using a renderer to show you what your car is going to look like. So one of the things I love about Blender is that like clay looking feel that you get with some of just the basic renders. So let's go to our options here. One of this is our render tab, which is this little camera.
All right, let's I'm gonna say, didn't I open this? There it is. Open untitled. There we go. Yep. And then he said this option, right? Or wait. Wait, what did I do? Wait, what happened here? Did we saved? Why did we roll back? Sign, do you know what happened? Is it because I did not apply? Is it because I did not apply transforms? Did I just lose all of that even though I hit save? It did not apply. Awesome. But it applied this. The cylinder here was... Okay. That's going to be something I got to figure out. All right, well.
Icon. It's like the back of a camera icon. Our default rendering engine in this dropdown is Eevee, and that's cool, but my favorite one is Cycles. I just think Cycles looks a lot better. The problem with Cycles as you pan around is if you're on a laptop or a computer that doesn't have really great hardware, is you're gonna hear the fan in your computer spit up pretty fast. This is really processor intense. I have a GPU in my computer, so I'm gonna select this dropdown and I'm gonna go from my CPU to my GPU. You don't have to do that, but if you do have a gaming computer or something with a graphics card, that's gonna help you. I also am going to add something to this. So I'm gonna hit Shift A, gonna go to Mesh, and we're gonna add a plane. Now you can't really see it because it's inside our car, so we'll hit S to scale and we'll just grow it up really big. And you can see it's smack dab in the middle of our car. That's fine. If I scroll out, there are some other things that come with every new Blender file that you create. There is a camera, and there is this little thing. This is a light. Now your basic light source is not that exciting, but we can move it around just like we could move anything else, and you're gonna see your shadows move. And you guessed it, on the right hand side there is a tab. It's called Data, and it's going to let us choose what features we want our light to have. So right now it is a point of light, which is fine, but I like area lights. So I'm gonna hit on area in my tab, and here I can select the direction that area light is going in. I'm just gonna have it face straight down. And then maybe for my size, I set it to 10 by 10. And that gives me this nice soft color look that I think looks really, really good. I'm gonna take that plane, I'm gonna move it down so that my car just kind of sitting on it. Yeah, this is what I was going for. I'm gonna go ahead and scale that plane up even more. So now we have that nice clay model build. Now Blender has a section with nodes and all sorts of rendering options, really, really cool stuff, but that section can start to overwhelm you, so we're gonna keep it dead simple. I'm gonna change my view here to material preview. I'm gonna select that plane my car is sitting on, and on my sidebar, I'm gonna go to this little world icon that says material. We're gonna just do some bare bone basic materials, but you can do a lot here. So first of all, there's no material assigned to this right now, so I'm gonna click on new and see here we can change our base color.
All right, before we do that, let's plane. Something like that. Oh, I wanted to be in this mode. Lights, data, Arrgh. Okay, apparently sun doesn't matter there. Spot, area. I don't mind the point light, whatever. I'm just kind of poking at this to see what the options were. So let's go back to
color, and we can change a whole overwhelm you, so we're gonna keep it dead simple. I'm gonna change my view here to material preview. I'm gonna select that plane my car is sitting on, and on my sidebar I'm gonna go to this little world icon.
So kick user what Sadie, I mean, I'm just gonna call you Sadie. Your name is really long. Or sad seems better. I'm not doing the car. I didn't care about following this tutorial. I just wanted to learn how the keys work and what the tools were, but so I didn't care about the end result. That's what's going on here.
It says material. We're gonna just do some bare bone basic materials, but you can do a lot here. So first of all, there's no material assigned to this right now, so I'm gonna click on new and see here we can change our base color and we can change a whole bunch of stuff about it. We're just gonna color some things. So I'm gonna have this sit on grass, so I'm gonna select like a greenish color, and then I'm gonna move down.
Oh wait, so how did you get to this?
Material. Sidebar, I'm gonna go to this little world icon that says material.
All right, so the world icon, click, world, new, right? New. I don't know if I just broke it. There it goes. Base color, give it a green, I guess. Metallic. Roughness. I don't know why the roughness is over there. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking through some of the options. Oh. Can I make this larger? There we go. That mode sucks. Yeah, I don't... Oh, so it did duplicate all these. Like, every single one seems to be duplicated. A lot of them. So, all transformations.
We're gonna just do some bare bone basic materials, but you can do a lot here. So first of all, there's no material assigned to this right now, so I'm gonna click on new and see here we can change our base color and we can change a whole bunch of stuff about it. We're just gonna color some things. So I'm gonna have this sit on grass, so I'm gonna select like a greenish color, and then I'm gonna move down the brightness of this on the side a little.
I completely missed that when I was poking at this. So the color. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. Actually, that looks pretty good there. We'll leave that as is for now.
Bit, and I'm going to do this with all my objects. I'm going to grab my tires, I'm going to click new, I'm going to grab that color, and I want a gray, so I'm just going to drag down on that brightness slider a little bit to get those to be gray. I'm going to grab the car itself, we're going to make that blue. I'm going to tap on the color, I'm going to move this over to blue, I'm going to drag the slider down a little bit to make it a little bit darker of a blue, maybe kind of towards here. And the thing about materials, like our layers, we can tap on that, and I can call this car blue. So if I want to use that elsewhere, for example, these rear view mirrors, I want to be the same blue. What I can do is instead of hitting new, I can click on this little drop down menu next to new, and I could just grab one of the materials that already exists, like my car blue. And then if I change that blue anywhere, it's going to change everywhere. Let's go back to our render image and we can see how this is starting to look. It's starting to look kind of cool. I'm gonna click on my car again and we're gonna play around a little bit because that's just changing the base color and we can do some neat things with that, but you're gonna see some of the options. For example, underneath base color, it says metallic. If I scrub that up, I can make that car look kind of shiny. I can also reduce the roughness, which makes it super shiny, probably too shiny. So we'll kind of move the roughness up because if you think about it, cars have flecks inside the paint. Also, our car is one object and we want different parts of the car to be different colors. I don't want the windshield to be this same shade of blue. So I'm gonna hit tab to go to edit mode. I'm gonna select a face. For example, I'll select that face. And this gets a little bit tricky, but I think you got this. So where it says car blue, if we change just that face to say green, it's gonna change the whole thing. That is not what we want. So let's go back to car blue. What we want is we want to click this plus button. That's going to let us add more than one material to this object. I'm gonna click new, and now I'm just gonna select a dark gray for my windshield, and I'm gonna move the roughness way down because I want it to be kind of shiny like glass. While I'm here, I'm gonna go and call that windshield. And the next thing I wanna do is there's a button here called assign, and that will assign this color to this plane. So I'll click that. Now when I click off, you can see that it's a different color. If I grab this plane, select windshield over on the right hand side, click assign, I've assigned it there. Back windshield, click that color, hit assign. This side window over here, click the right color, hit assign. And you can see from this angle, we even are getting a little bit of reflection sometimes of the rear view mirror, of the hood of the car. I'm really digging that. I'm gonna leave this area. There's one more color I wanna do, which is the bumper. Let's go ahead and hit new. This is metallic, so I'm gonna go ahead and scrub that up. And then this is just gonna be a light gray. So we'll just go with a light gray, you know, metal bumper. That looks all right. I'm also going to select our door handles, and instead of creating a new thing, I'm just gonna go here and I'm gonna grab the material I made for our bumper. Another tab over here on the side is world, and our background is gray. You see that here in the surface panel. So if I tap on that, I can actually make the world lighter by right. rising that up, and what that's going to do is that's actually going to change all the lighting for the whole scene. So maybe you don't want it lit all the way up, but I do like to turn that up a little bit just to add a little bit more light to the world. Since our car is done, I'm gonna stop here. Even though we could just keep going and keep going and keep going. But just by adding objects, changing their shape, changing their size, extruding parts of them, you can do all sorts of things. Here's a sample car I made for this tutorial to walk you through it, and I built a whole scene. And basically, if you look at this stuff, this tree is just a cylinder. I added some loop cuts to the middle, and then I scaled it and moved around the points a little bit. That's a trunk. The trees themselves, what the heck are those? If I hit Shift A and go down here to mesh, there's something called an icosphere. This is what an icosphere looks like. That's it. I'll scale it up. There we go. That is what my tree is made of. My rocks and everything. And then I added some icospheres in the front of my camera so that when we actually rendered out this scene, there'd be some foreground elements, some background elements. I added this blue pane in the sky and I put a light on it to add like a little gradient in there. All of this is dead simple. But if you can do this with just dead simple objects, just imagine what you could do with Blender when you start diving in and learning the other elements. I hope this helped. I tried to make it as simple as possible. Let me know in the comments
why
what
is
would
it
make
so
this
yellow?
easier, or if this helped you at all. And I'd like to thank...
It's a good video. Good video. All right. Okay. Control A, all transformations. Control S. All right, let's I'm looking for a close but not quit. Yeah, let's just hit new, I guess. All right, and then open recent, so untitled. These are back. They're not saving their placement. Do I need to... Like, we're in object mode. So all transformations. So we'll do new, open recent. They're still back. Stein, do you have a clue what I'm missing here? Like why these... I think I thought I did that last time. I thought that's what I, so like I was assuming that. So let me change it to, because I did this and then I thought I did specifically that. Oops, that's not that. I controlled S because I know you can't really see on the screen, but like up top it goes from asterisk to no, like to saved. I'll just move these around and like do I like Control A, all transformations is. So what do I need to do here to save this? Do I need to select? Because if I hit Control S right now, like I would assume this should save the positions where they're at right now. Like the plane saved where it's at. I'm not sure what step I'm missing here. Oh wow, there's 35 people on the server right now. Looks like Frag is on. I don't know any of these other names. Hmm. One second. I'm seeing if he has closed caption. Actually, his YouTube would have closed captions. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, he doesn't do closed captions. Damn it. Let me close that then. So different objects. So wait, so edit mode. Oh wait. Control A. So mesh. And so cylinder. Do that for now. So we got this big old cylinder, so then I would hit Control A and then all transformations. So is there other things I'm supposed to click in here? Like doing all transformations should do all of these applies, right? That's how that's assumed, right? Like my understanding of that is correct, right? Like I'm asking, yeah. Yeah. So, and then Control S to save. So let's do new general. So we got our new cube here, whatever. Is there like, I'm not like opening like multiple copies of this, am I? Because if I go to open recent, don't save, don't care. Okay, this, so it saved this, but it did not save these cylinders. So they are labeled cylinder 001, 002, etc. over here. Excuse me. Are these bound to something? What is cylinder action? So like I'm gonna take a guess that I did some command that did these wrong. Oops. Animated. Okay, so oh, that completely removed it. How do you remove just the there's where that rendering that he was talking about. My hand is itching. How do you remove the animation? Because I don't know what well, I want to know how to remove the animation. Looks like unlink action. Doesn't seem to be any hotkeys for this. My eyes are tired. I might go grab that other energy drink here soon. Okay, so I'm not really caring where these go. I just want them in different places. All right. And then open recent. Don't save this. All right, so there, that fixed it. So yeah, they were animated for some reason. What is there a hotkey to animate? I'm assuming that's what I did at one point. Doesn't look like it was in here. Okay. New, don't save. Animation bar. Well, that might have been where it was from. I remember that showing up at one point. My eyes hurt. How do I close that? How long have we been live? 2.5 hours. Oh. Oh, excuse me. All right, let me check something. I just want to make sure there's no new messages in Discord. Oh, is that? So, since I hit spacebar, is that now an animation? Nothing's, Excuse me. Get new. Now what did I do? I moved it, but I think it was the animation layer was enabled. So is there no undo once the these tools are a bit confusing because it's not obvious that something's gonna fuck up before you save it. Hold on, I was trying to paste something. Where's my Twitter? Twitter? Where the fuck is this hiding? Here. Really, let's not show Twitter because Twitter's a bunch of it's a cesspool. Oh. Yeah, so the issue I got right now is this made everything flat. Like it just made everything flat when I saved and restarted. It has this animation cube action. So unlink action. That didn't clear the cube, clear the weird animation it's got though. All right, well. In file menu. Oh, hey. Well, that's way earlier. Okay, so revert just goes back to where it was. Huh. All right. I don't know what that is. So save versions, is this the autosave? So save versions, the number of old versions to maintain in the current directory when manually saving. So autosave is every 2 minutes. How do I change how many autosaves it has? Is it the save versions? Because this doesn't. Number of old versions to maintain in the current directory when manually saving. It doesn't say anything about the autosaves. We'll just set it to every 1 minute for now. Why am I only in line mode or whatever? Faces. Oh, I'm on edge. I don't like this. Why is it when I'm in this mode? I don't know. I'm not too worried about it right now. I got a bit of a headache going on. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I almost didn't go live. How many people are 6 people? Stupid chair's stuck. I got a stupid rug under my desk that I need to get rid of this rug. I need to get rid of the rug and swap out the wheels on at least this chair. I have another chair that's got rollerblade wheels, but the tilt mechanism is broken. Actually, I need to rip the tilt off this chair and put it on that. It'll probably be a lot better. All right. So we learned a little bit of Blender, not a lot, but like we learned the basics of it. So like I think we have a nice starting point for figuring things out. I was hoping to make some things today, like let's see here. What was shift A? Yeah. So what did wait, what? Shift A, mesh. So I think he said it was this spear. So oh, okay, hold on. We can save, I don't care. New. Let's get rid of the cube. I don't care about that. Import. I think it's an FBX model. It's not in there. It's in Cuddly Buddies, Potato. Is it not in here? It's not in there. Assets. I don't know what the I don't know where this is saved. That's the faucet. I have a bunch of random assets. Like I have a 50s toaster. So like this, I was actually joking with Happy Bombs earlier about adding this, like adding a toaster. Let's just do this quickly. I want to see if just clicking it like this will let me dissolve it, or if I gotta do more to dissolve it. So it was all right, yeah, so that worked great for just dissolving it. Are you in my Discord? Like, if you type ! Discord, it should pull up. It should drop the link. It's just discord.beautifulpotato.com, though. Like, I should make a Blender channel, but there's a game dev channel. But this was not what I was planning on working on. But let's all right, actually Control A. Exclamation point. Yeah, there it is. Toaster. All right. This isn't what I was looking to do here, so let's do this. Import FBX. I'm looking for a specific model, but I'm thinking it's in an older folder. Which not here. That's this. Let me try to find it first. Wrong folder. That's the P3D. I have a... There's an FBX of it. It's probably right here, isn't it? Nope. When did I make this mod? Blender. Oh, well, that'd be it. I didn't make this. This was made by a guy called Mask Panda. So we'll see. This is our potato. So what I was looking to do was to do something. What I was originally, I was gonna take it and model, see what it took to make this into an animated character in a world. So, but I don't know how much. I don't know if my head's hurting is what I'm saying. I might I think I'm gonna raid out and I might jump into DayZ for a bit, because I'm like super tired right now. I really need a nap. Like, I got up at 5:30 after sleeping like 5 hours. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I think we're gonna raid out. So I might be back later. So we'll see. So just give me a moment to do these raids. I can raid out on both platforms. So just let me unmute this and so we're gonna raid out there. And let me do this on YouTube. Yeah, I just haven't been sleeping well. So I'm just gonna, I want to figure out the redirect. So frag Dumpsy. Okay, there we go. So save that. So when the stream ends, we'll raid out to him. So he is on one of my servers right now. I host the Bitterroot official server. So if anyone that plays DayZ, both Twitch and YouTube, are gonna raid out to him. I want to, yeah, we were very productive today. We got a lot done in under 3 hours. It took a little bit for a few steps, but we figured some things out. So we're doing pretty good. Next time we will try to be a little more productive in specific things. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna raid out, and I'm gonna drink a lot of water and maybe go take a nap. But there's a lot of people on the server right now, so it's worth jumping on if anyone plays. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna raid out. I'll see you guys later. I might get back on a bit later. Later, YouTube. Good night.